Hello everyone and welcome to the Edmonds Racing Preview Show. Well, it's a huge show today. It's a Group 1 weekend for the stable, and Toby and Trent have got a spring in their step this morning. Gordon, Alpine Edge is behind us, and we've also got the Vows, both contesting Group 1 $1 million races over the weekend. So, exciting weekend, fellas. But before we get into the big guns and preview their chances, Astern Magic, another winning week for the team, and back-to-back wins for Astern Magic.
Yes. Yeah, he was quite good.
Probably, bit of a scare late, wasn't it?
Yeah, a bit of a scare late. Sort of, and he's that type of horse too. We've turned him out now, so he's having a break. Been in for a long time. Took forever to get going, and he's just starting to pick it all up. So very difficult to go from a maiden to a Class 1 or any race and win straight away. And he's been able to do that. So he could be promising. Not getting too excited just yet. But both polytrack wins. So whether or not we take that into account as to his future, I'm not sure. But yes, he gave us a bit of a scare late, didn't he?
I thought he was going to win by sort of
I thought
2 or 3.
He
just absolutely belt him, and then it's been happening here a fair bit on the poly track. I don't know whether it's because of the photographers on the outside fence, but a lot of the horses hit the front and they start looking and gawking, and their ears go. Jamaican Rumble was one.
Yep.
I think it's more there's a lot
as well, but it's not only our horses.
I think there's a lot behind the winning post. Like when they're coming down the straight, there's a lot going on. Construction-wise. So there's cranes on the inside. There's diggers on the outside. The actual outside fence, they can see the outside fence, the perimeter of the racetrack. They can actually see Crombie Avenue and the cars going past.
Yeah.
So it's all there's lots happening in the background, and he just switched off a bit. Mick actually did sort of drop his hands a bit on him, and then he shut himself down. So anyway, enough of that. That's what happened, but he still won, so that's the main thing.
We've got Alpine Edge, Gordon, and Marty the Vows. They both went for a trip to Eagle Farm to have a little spin around on the course proper.
They did.
Ahead of their big Group 1 assignments, and are you happy with how they both worked?
Yeah, it was more about him especially. He hasn't raced for a month or so, so it's good to give him a float trip up the road. He thought he was at the races. Actually got rid of a bit of nervous energy, and it's quite difficult to gauge how they work, because it's just all a bit new to them. But they looked like they went pretty good. Jimmy Orman was really happy with the Vows. He thought he worked good. He had a fairly decent workout. He worked over a mile and finished his last 600 off. They didn't run any flash time, but he never does. But he worked with Cordyceps Miracle, where they come up to the line okay together. So yeah, he was good. Alpine Edge worked with Amand. Took Amand up there as a maidener for a bit of a stretch of the legs, and they both worked up pretty good together as well. So quite happy with them. This horse is going particularly well. Worked Saturday morning at home here on our poly track was really good. Not a sharp Tuesday morning. I think that was just more what I just said about Eagle Farm, and they're not quite used to that, used to being out there that early in the morning anyway. But yeah, quite happy.
Oh, very good. Well, 2 big ownership groups, Trent. Obviously, no doubt some excited people involved with both horses.
They still serve 4X up there, or what's the brew? Because if those 2 teams come together, there won't be enough beer on course.
They might run out.
All the On Fire guys and the Lucky Clover, they certainly enjoy themselves. So, no, it's good. But yeah, really good thrill to have a couple of good runners. I just wish we drew a little bit softer.
Jimmy Livingston's the only alcoholic in there. Really? He is full blown.
Is he? Okay.
A grade.
I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
Very
no, he'll love it.
Very good drinker.
Yeah.
So I wish we drew a bit softer, obviously, but they're both peak of their powers, going really well. So let's hope.
Yeah. Well, the Vows obviously couldn't have done more this prep, could he? And obviously he's one of the main chances. Short price favourite, but he's one of the main chances amongst the group.
Yeah, it is quite short, Kovalika, isn't he? I thought he's pretty good in the Doomben Cup. I will say, and this is by no way trying to put a slow on a horse like that, because he's obviously a great trainer, Chris, and that it's very difficult to win a Group 1 off a setback. I don't care where it is. Every good trainer, you know, if that's what it had. So obviously missed the run in the rough habit against us, then obviously it wasn't a great deal because it's run the next week, but it did have some sort of setback. It's very difficult to, you know.
It's got to back up and do everything right.
Yeah, it's got
now.
to back up and do everything right, and it has, you know, if it's had that setback during that week, it's obviously it's had a decent gallop against Group 1 horses on the Saturday before. So, and I think it just peaked a bit too. I thought Jimmy Ormond saved every bit of ground and rode it beautifully, and I thought it was going to actually win the race. And I think he just peaked on his run a little bit. So whether he's got an improvement in him from that bit of a setback, possibly. Anyway, we can only concentrate on our guy. He's as good as we can have him. If he can run the mile and a half, he'll be right in the finish.
And that's the thing for all of them, isn't it? It's the 2400s. The
well, more so for ours.
That's
more so for ours with our pedigree. You know,
Yep.
you know this.
Oh, a bit fiery. Is it a big
He's
horse?
excited.
If you look at, you go through that whole field and have a look at the,
Yep.
have a look at the pedigrees in there. There's some dour looking pedigrees, so they'll all stay a bit. But our guy's got a pretty good turn of foot, so he might be able to, he can put his nose up into there somewhere, and he'll be, as I said, he'll be right in the finish.
You don't want to be getting caught behind bad horses either. There's probably only 5 or 6 chances. You don't want to be getting caught behind 200 to 1 shots going backwards when we're trying to go forward. So it's very important we get the tactics right.
Yep, sure is. Well, exciting times. Good luck to the On Fire racing team. They obviously had a bit of love, bit of media attention, bit of social media stuff this week. So
that came up pretty good, didn't it?
Yeah, it was good. So that's what it's all about. And
very good director.
Enjoy the day. Now this guy behind us, he's pretty excited. Gordon, Alpine Edge. You mentioned before, couldn't have him any better, and minus the draw, but you're happy with him heading into this?
Stoked. Have a look at him. He's pretty well. Yeah, draw's a bit tricky, obviously. We've said that 100 times, but that is what it is. Very good speed in the race. Eduardo, Rothfire, those type of horses just roll forward. So you would be thinking it should, by right, set up for something sort of midfield or something just chiming in. And hopefully he's one of, I know he's huge odds, but he's good each way chance at those odds. You know, it's a hard field, but you couldn't be confident going he's going to win or anything like that.
He's not willing at a weight scale either, really, against those type of horses that have performed at that level all the way through. It was encouraging that he carried that weight in the Archer and beat them. It's also encouraging that the thing that ran last in the Archer won the BRC Sprint on Saturday. So I wouldn't say it's franked that form, but certainly a horse has come out of that race and raced well.
And
and a couple of them go around tomorrow, so in the same race. He's done a great job. Like really, you know, if he wins this, it just, I suppose it makes him a colt really, or a stallion. So if that happens, you know, good luck to them. And they've been put a lot of money and into the game, and all the owners involved in it. So they deserve to, you know, something like this to happen.
Yep. Well, it's an exciting weekend for all involved, and pretty juicy odds there. Alpine Edge about $15 even for the place. So
correct.
Yeah, probably forgotten.
$15 a place, so he's 60 to 1.
You know the bad, that's about 70 to 1. Yeah. Yep. You know the bad thing about this week, we got 2 runners in Group 1s. We can't do the around the ground, so my tally's going to be absolutely shot.
Well, you've mentioned the tally, so let's talk about it. You've shot up the charts. 14.20 now for you. You stormed up the charts after 2 from 2 last week, and Tobe still just in front marginally, 14.75.
Oh, I've still got him, have I? Okay.
You've still got him.
Oh, right. Oh.
But so you've got the 2
I've
big
been going a bit exotically, so
I've been going wide.
I've let him back
Forever.
in, give him a chance to get back in. Now I'm going to put the foot down.
Okay.
It's like giving him a sniff.
Do you want our best or what?
It's like giving him a sniff and you watch.
All right. What are you putting your foot down on this weekend?
This week I haven't got one.
Where he goes?
He's not betting this weekend.
Oh yeah, you're betting 2 Group 1.
Go 50 each on this bloke.
50 each on Gordon.
Yeah, that's my bet.
The charts will be off the charts.
I'll go the Vows if he's having a bet, but it's a difficult weekend to be finding when we haven't got nothing provincially to bet on. So I'll go the Vows. You go Alpine Edge Trent and see what happens.
And what do you think, Gordon? You got a little message for us? Feeling well. Oh, well, as you said, no other runners, but you know, huge effort from the team. 2 runners for the weekend, both in Group 1s.
Big thing for the side, better than really having two Group 1 runners this weekend over you know,
Multitude of
mile and a half
businesses,
and a sprint journey. So interesting.
Yep.
Richard
No.
Foster, if it gets up, mate, seriously, he should send
Something.
30 horses in here. If he doesn't, I'll be looking
luck.
for him.
All right. Well, you've done well. Good luck on the weekend, Gordon, and good luck to everyone as well.
Good luck, guys.
You guys.
Thank you.